Hey Joe, it's Folks here. A lot of people ask me why I like to sell print-on-demand products on Shopify instead of Etsy. And honestly, the problem with that question is that a lot of print-on-demand beginners don't really understand the differences between those two platforms. These two options, Shopify and Etsy, are not the same. Anyone who's treating them like they are is likely making some big mistakes. The question is not really about what platform you want to use, but what type of print-on-demand business you actually want to have. And for me, I've always wanted to have the type of print-on-demand business that I own, that I have complete control over, and that I truly get to run as my own brand, and that's why I've chosen Shopify. And to understand this, I think it's important to realize that print-on-demand is not really a business. It is a method for fulfilling your products. Basically, it's how your orders are processed. When you make a sale, your print-on-demand supplier is going to print your item and ship it to your customer, basically printing it on demand for you. So let's say, for example, you are using Gelato to sell print-on-demand products. If you wanted to, you could choose a few of these items, you could make a couple of designs, and you could publish them to a Shopify store. You could also do the same thing, and you could make a few designs for a couple of different products, and you could open yourself an Etsy shop. If you're just getting started, I will put a link to get 30% off your first purchase with Gelato in the pinned comment of this video. And ultimately, no matter which one of those you choose, Shopify or Etsy, you're building a print-on-demand store. But those are two completely different businesses with two completely different strategies for success. I started my first print-on-demand store in 2016. I've got to travel the world to talk about print-on-demand, and here on my YouTube channel, I've made over 500 videos sharing my experience running print-on-demand stores on Shopify. And in this video, I'm going to break down all of the differences to help you to choose which type of print-on-demand business you actually want to have. If you do want to have a Shopify print-on-demand store, make sure to check out my POD for Dummies course. It's completely free, and there's a link down in the description. So let's break down some of the strategy differences between Shopify stores and Etsy shops. For starters, if your goal is to start a Shopify print-on-demand business, what you're likely going to be doing is making yourself a niche-based brand. This is exactly what I do with print-on-demand. This is what I teach with print-on-demand, and this is ultimately something that works very well with Shopify. For example, take a look at this print-on-demand store here. It is called pfxoutdoors.com. They're basically making designs only for people that like outdoor sports, basically fishing and some hunting stuff as well. Here on their social media page, they are catering just to that community, and they're building themselves a little brand in their niche. Contrast that with what people do on Etsy. Really, when it comes to running an Etsy shop, one of the best ways that many people say you should be running your store is by making designs for many different niches. You can see here that this shop has a lot of different sports designs. They've got some holiday-based designs. They have designs for moms and a whole bunch of other niches. If you were starting an Etsy shop, you would never want to just focus on one niche, because ultimately your goal is to try to stand out in search results, which means you need to try many different things. You need to follow different trends and make designs for different holidays and times of the year. Contrast that again with the Shopify approach. You're just sort of building a niche-based brand. You're curating a unique line of products. You don't need too many, and you're basically just staying in one niche. In my opinion, the major differences between these two is with Shopify, you're building a brand for the long term, and on Etsy, you're making a bunch of random designs, chasing trends, and hoping that someone finds you in Etsy search results. With both options, I could use Gelato and I could start selling wall art products like these here, but ultimately the strategies for my success is going to be completely different. And once you realize that both of these are two completely different businesses, some of the pros and cons of both approaches begin to emerge. With Shopify, the pro is that you are in complete control of your store. On Etsy, you're not. On Shopify, you also control the customer relationship, and on Etsy, you do not. On Shopify, you are also building your own thing, and on Etsy, you are basically just another listing amongst everybody else's listings. Also, on your listings, there are related products from other Etsy shops, so you end up kind of just blending into the masses. On Shopify, you're building something that you own. Your store essentially becomes an asset for you. Since starting print on demand, I've actually sold print on demand stores, because when you have a Shopify site and you build social media pages for that brand and you've demonstrated that you can make sales, it's actually worth something. The problem with Etsy, in my opinion, is you're not really building your own brand. You're basically building Etsy's brand and you're just listing all of your products there. Another major difference is that Shopify sellers thrive on social media, where Etsy sellers likely end up wasting a bunch of money. According to this article here on Forbes, they're expecting about $2.9 trillion to be spent on social media this year. That means that this is a massive opportunity. The problem is, though, is that when you're running an Etsy shop, if you're using social media to drive people to your store, in reality, what's likely happening is they're landing first on your item, but then they're clicking to someone else's item because all of the related products are going to be from other shops. When you're on Shopify and you send people to your store from social media, they are going to your store. They are only seeing your products, and they are seeing a brand rather than just an Etsy marketplace with thousands and thousands of listings. Earlier, we took a look at this store here, and again, this is a store for people that like outdoor sports. So not only will this store promote their products, they can run Facebook ads, they can run Instagram ads, but they can also post content that people in their niche actually want to see. If you take a look here at their page, they are doing exactly that. They've got some memes, they've got some fish photos, and they're creating a real community for people inside of their niche. Some people, though, don't want to use social media, and they'll rather want to sell on Etsy because on Etsy there's people searching for products already. They don't have to worry about marketing. Basically, they could create motorcycle designs for women like these here, and they could list them on Etsy, and then if someone goes on Etsy and they type something in, the products are going to show up. Now, the problem here is there are likely hundreds of thousands of listings showing here, and if your store is new, it's likely going to be a long time, if ever, that your stuff actually begins showing up on the first page here. You can see as we get down towards the bottom of the page, we just have pages that likely go on forever. It only shows 5 here, but if I was to click the number 5, we would likely be able to continue going through dozens and dozens of pages. So I've clicked through now a couple of times. If I scroll all the way down to the bottom again through all of these motorcycle hoodies, you can see that we now have 11, but we have more if we continue to go. Right now, we are approaching about 10 million people selling on Etsy, and the problem is right here in a blog. You can see that Etsy's sales are actually going down, even though they're adding more and more sellers to the platform, which means there's less to go around for everyone. A better approach, if you wanted to sell motorcycle products for women like these here, would be to make your own store, your own brand. This is called hellbabes.com, and they've created a brand for women who like to ride motorcycles. Here on Instagram, they have almost 200,000 followers, and again, they're making a community. They're selling their products to people in their niche. Obviously, they've been at this for a while. This is not going to be you overnight, but this is going to be something you can work towards rather than just uploading endless amounts of designs to Etsy. Another thing to consider is the strategy behind the niche that you're choosing, whether you're on Etsy or whether you're on Shopify. If you're on Etsy, many people are fully aware that it is very difficult to stand out. They are very aware that on Etsy there's a lot of competition. It's basically a saturated marketplace, and one of the ways that people advise beginners to try and stand out is to focus on a low competition niche. Personally, I think that's a horrible idea. If a niche is low competition, it's likely low competition for a reason. There's probably not a lot of demand, there's probably not a lot of long-term potential, and honestly, there's probably just not a lot of money to be made, which is why there's not a lot of competition. If you're selling on Shopify, though, low competition niches don't even matter. The goal with a Shopify brand is to choose the best niche you can. It doesn't really matter how popular the niche is because you're building your own store. You're also then building your own pages on social media. You're building a brand, and you want to choose the best niche possible for that. The other thing to think about is when it comes to Etsy versus Shopify, if your store is new, one of the most important parts of standing out in search results is making sure that you are uploading a lot of designs. Most Etsy tutorials for beginners will recommend them to try to create 100 designs to launch their store. In my opinion, that's a lot of work, and I've seen many people get burnt out trying to do that. Many beginners don't really have the ability ability to create 100 great designs. Maybe they can create some great designs, but they end up honestly just creating a bunch of junk trying to hit that number. With Shopify, every store that I open starts with about 10 designs. The idea is to make a small product catalog and build a store around it and try to get open as quick as possible and make your first sales. And then from there, you can certainly grow the catalog, but you never need to get anywhere close to 100 designs. You also don't need to follow a whole bunch of new trends. It seems like if you're on Etsy, basically every single month, all you're doing is making new designs, whether it's something for a holiday, a time of year, whether it's the spring or summer or Christmas or graduation season or whatever it is. Etsy sellers never stop making designs because if they do, their store is going to start to disappear from search results. On Shopify, there are times when running a print-on-demand store on Shopify where no new designs are made for months, and that's totally normal. When you're running your own Shopify brand, the majority of your time is spent on social media anyway, basically posting content and interacting with followers, checking on ads, and things like that. On Etsy, you're basically a design factory, and if you ever stop, your store is likely going to stall. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if your goal is to just make a few random designs and you just want to upload them on the internet and then maybe make like 2 or 3 sales a month, then maybe you should start an Etsy shop where you just kind of make a few random designs and you upload them as you want. But if you want to build something for the long term, if you think it would be cool to have your own brand, if you think it would be cool to have your own Shopify brand or your own social media pages with followers that you interact with, and a year from now or 18 months from now, you've got thousands of people following your social media pages, they are posting pictures of them in your products. If that's something that excites you, again, I want to invite you to start my POD for Dummies course. It's completely free. Inside, you can download the print-on-demand playbook ebook. This is dozens of pages outlining my print-on-demand strategy. I've also got over 30 videos showing you how to build out your store and plan it out and get started with social media marketing. Like I said, it's completely free, and there's a link down in the description. If you have any questions about what we went through today, also make sure to leave those down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.